a long, long ride. So look. Alright, yeah, guys and girls, welcome back. And we are just about to do a long flight with no autopilot, only when I'm taking a piss break and all that. World map. Right, let's open up my load, because I've loaded my own maps on there. So I'm gonna go to Petty. So we've got Heathrow, London Heathrow to Charles de Gaulle. Gaulle? I don't know. It's Gaulle. It's gonna be a pretty long flight by the looks of it. And gonna be choosing today. Try and have a look the sticking freezing or something. I might have to turn down some of the settings for it. Oh look. I might have to put it on medium settings because it's just like. Right, so right, so go to options up here, and we're going to put the graphics section. It seems a bit laggy tonight for some reason. Don't know what's going on tonight. I've got everything in the background turned off. That's on 1080p as well, so it shouldn't be. Let's have a look. Let's put that on medium, I think. There, it should come down to medium. There's medium. I need to apply. It shouldn't be freezing up, to be honest. Alright. Should it be a bit quicker now? Alright, I'll probably have to start the game first anyway. I need to choose my plane. Go up here. Don't know what's going on tonight. I think it could be down to the internet connection as well. Playing that. Right, I need to choose a smaller plane. So Textron. Down to here, Textron Cessna citation. Citation longitude. We'll go to do 7 hours at least. So 7 hours at least out of it. Right, I go back to the world map. Let's open up load. Load my actual map in. Alright, now we're gonna do it during the day as well, because that's gonna make it all the better. And it's also, I think it's because it's in sort of live mode as well, because it's sucking up the bandwidth. So if I'm putting back the thing, it should be much smoother. So we'll just do that and then we'll change it in a minute while we're in flight. It's going to be like London to Paris. So it should take a fair bit of time though, I would guess, give or take. And it's only just coming up to 9:30 now at UK time. Welcome to the Devil Hills, North Carolina. What's that? And Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina. What's that? Kitty Hawk. Visit the birthplace of a heavier than air flight Kitty Hawk and kill Devil Hills, North Carolina. You can go anywhere in the world. Well, obviously. I have to make sure autopilot's turned off as well. Because sometimes from the previous nights where it's been on, they usually just stick it on when you reload the map up, so I've got to make sure it's all turned off. Make sure there's nothing on the auto or AI controls on there that are actually shifting. Active pause lets you freeze the aircraft in its current position while still being able to move the camera. Oh, this is gonna be a long one. And actually, yeah, guys and girls, I had this one message saying, oh, basically I should be putting a more effort in it instead of using the autopilot. Well, actually, from the start, when I was using it right through and doing all those, putting all those hours in, I was using it without the autopilot. It's only been, I think, a few days that I've been using autopilot on there, just for the travelling bit. So I'm getting one place to the next, just to see how well the AI. I mean, obviously, it still needs sort of tinkering around. It still needs adjusting a little bit by Microsoft themselves. But I think the AI is pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Also, I think it needs to do it so it doesn't suck up all the bandwidth of your internet speeds. And also, it needs to be a bit quicker on the menus to getting in from flight into the game and stuff. So, oh, and I've just started packing stuff away today as well in boxes for when or if we move and stuff from the house, so it's all nice and clean and tidy. So should be decent, good. Go to Chamonix to fly over Mont Blanc. Ooh. Ooh. I mean, to do this flight and do it properly from start to finish, we definitely got to keep it all level instead of all going up and stuff. And I haven't actually used this plane yet, so this plane should, I've got to see how well the controls are, how well it's going to be. So this is night time, so we don't want it night time. Heathrow looks nice though at night time. But what we need to do is make sure we haven't got. Come on, I don't know what's the matter with it today. Is the servers is playing up or something? And let's make sure that the AI is turned off. Oh, I don't want that. No, I don't want that taken off. Is it moving? Oh, right, good. Turn this off for a minute. Because I'm going to be setting off myself, so I don't want that settling down by itself. Custom objectives. What other thing? Objectives. Travel. Map. Oh no, hang on. Is it my fuel? AI controls. For some reason, the fucking. There's the controllers. Travel to custom toolbar. For some reason, it's not actually. Let's choose the weather. Weather. Cruise approach and taxi. Okay, so I'm gonna have to set my post. So if I quit here a minute, like it's because I made a bloody a load thing on there to save it on the weather schemes, and it didn't put it into day for me. Right, so I need to go into here again. Wait nearly another half an hour before the load screen fucking goes on to the main menus. They need to sort the menus out. That AI or the UI, I should say, not AI, UI interface, URL interface needs a little bit of working from getting from A to B. There should be no lag. If they're gonna do it basically on the Xbox Series X when that comes out, and they said that hard drive or SSD is gonna have no load times, then surely we should be having no load times at all. That was the whole point of next gen, and obviously the PCs are not next gen because you're always updating them, so they're always next generation PCs regardless. But right, so what we need to do, go here, need to go to flight examination. I need to do roughly that, so I'm going to do around about 1 o'clock. I think I should know 10 o'clock in the morning. That's 10 o'clock. Live traffic. Live players. Now keep all that the way it is. Keep that there. I'm gonna do London, Heathrow, and even though it's a bit strange, Heathrow, Glasgow. Right, then what we're gonna do? Just grab that there. Paris, controls D go. OFP. And then what we're going to do is press that. Hopefully get somewhere where we can actually fly. Make sure the AI is not actually activated, turned on, because I've turned it off, so it should be off. You can access a variety of camera angles during flight, both inside and the cockpit and outside the plane. And because this is not live now, only the air traffic controller and all that, it should be less on the internet bandwidth, hopefully. More loading times the way. This is thing is if this is going to be like this for the next generation consoles, I mean, obviously they said they're going to have it so there's no load times at all. I mean, that Ratchet and Clank, the new game coming out for the PlayStation 5, is going to look incredible. And that's what we want. We want some incredible games with no load times. 0 load times. Like the, what's it called? The God of War series, where that had no load times at all. It just transitioned into the cutscenes from the gameplay seamlessly. Brilliant. But what we're going to do today, we're going to be traveling from London Heathrow all the way to Paris, and we're going to do this on manual control, so I'm going to be doing flying myself rather than the auto. The only time I'll be using auto or autopilot is when I'm taking a piss and if I'm desperately in need one, or if I've got to go and take my mum to the toilet, then it should be good. But then there's what I've noticed with autopilot, it doesn't give you a good decent scene of the area, so you'll basically low down too high up to see any of the details, the beautiful detail of any of the mountains, the hills and all that kind of stuff. That's why I like actual proper controlling the plane myself. But this plane, I haven't tried it yet, this one I'm using now, and each plane has a different sort of a way of using it. So they could be easy, could be harder, all that kind of stuff. So we're going to test it out, see how well this plane is. If not, I'll choose another plane, because I do like the Cessnas and all that. They're quite cool planes. It depends if you've got a small little runway. Sometimes it's harder to get the plane off the ground if there's not enough speed. So that's why you need speed to actually sort of help push the plane and lever it upwards and try and get off the ground. Elevate it. The elevation of it. But yeah, I'm almost coming up to 2,000 subscribers. I'm like 1,400 and something, so I'm almost getting up to that 1,500, almost I'd say up the halfway mark to getting to 2,000 subscribers. And yeah, it should be good. Okay, so as you can see, good decent details. Action is a bit taxing as well on the CPU from time to time. That's why I really should do a cache of this areas and stuff of my locations, so that way it takes it off the CPU and the graphics card. We're using the Citation aircraft longitude or longitude. Alright, let's have a look. Make sure my autopilot's not on. Yep, that's good. No auto aircraft pilot thing on, because that is basically control aircraft. All I've got is manage radio comms, so it does that automatically when I get to thing and the checklist thing. So that way, that's all setting up for me. Still a bit laggy for some reason. Might have to turn some settings down just so I can get a decent frame rate. Because this is quite taxing. Even on the CPU, it's really that bad. Terrain details. All on medium. Actually, VSync, turn that off. Should get a few extra frames out of it. Data. So if you get data, limit 0 gigabytes. So you can limit how much you want on the cache. Data limitations. Online functionalities. How much data is it actually using? Current data consumption 4.19 gigabytes. It should be using some of my cache actually from my hard drive, so I might have to set that up for that. Okay, let's try and take off without autopiloting, and that means I've got to turn basically left. I'll take off. Okay. Alright, there you go. We are going to Paris. Okay, now, and you also need the speed to pick up. $140. When we get up a bit higher, we should get more frame rates. A bit better on the frame rate. It's due to the fact that there's too much going on down below. And also because we've got the air traffic and all that kind of stuff going on. I've actually, hang on, if I click on here a minute, and where is it? On here. Let's lower down some of the stuff that's going on as well, like traffic wise. Because that's on at 100%, so I'll probably put that down to probably about 50 on all of them. I think we're half the amounts on there. Hopefully the update fixes all this and stuff, so we get more frame rate, and a little bit better, because there's a new update coming soon. I'm not sure that is clicked. Yeah. Leisure boats. Put that on 50 as well, I think. So it would be half and half, and 50. That should be. It's all on the lowest airlines traffic density, real time online. So aircraft traffic. That's probably why I'll just keep that off. That way it shouldn't be using too much of the internet. We should get a much smoother. Right, so we need to turn the plane around. I'll try and turn that around. Once we can get into position to how far we got, so okay, yeah, and follow that purple line, we should be good. Okay, so we need to turn. Slightly go over here. A bit laggy. I don't know why it seems to be more laggy now. Unless there's the servers are more playing that, but oh, what the hell? Oh, I think it over crashed on the thing there. So I need to. Oh, now it's shaking now. Come on, I need to try and turn that plane around so we've got a nice sort of area to fly and all that. Just seems absolutely laggy as hell tonight. Clapperstein. Hello, how you doing? Blaze Cannon. These are like these luxury airliners, the ones like the multi-million-pound ones. Right, so the flight, once I can settle off and get a nice decent position, I'll be flying from London Heathrow, and I'll be going to Paris, and flying there. Do a nice long flight. Or during sort of the daytime, so it's nice and light, because over it's really dark at the moment. It's coming up to 10 o'clock right now. It's 9:49 UK time, but we're not doing it in real time. And it seems the servers are sort of lagging like hell tonight as well on here. I've got an RTX 2080 inside the computer, so shouldn't be anything to do with that. And actually, I've noticed as well, it seems the menus at the bottom seem to be really slow as hell. Hopefully the patch actually fixes the frame rate issues, because there was talks they're actually going to be fixing the frame rates of people as well, with who's got high end PCs like mine, or it's technically mid to high range, but to get a decent, better frame rate. So that's supposed to be coming sometime this week, though. What you know, Western Superman. I mean, I fly around Western Supermare on here, and it's I don't know, it don't look very much like it. I mean, there's bits and bobs, and you can tell it's the start of the town and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know, it's just one of those things, really. Jesus, it's taking this. I think this is down to their servers as well, because this is all based on their internet servers. The entire, well, I wouldn't say the entire game because you can play it offline if you need to. But the majority of it is usually online where they track your activity and all that stuff. Oh, you live there as well, man. That's good, man. That's cool. I mean, when I fly around Western from Western on here, I've noticed the Burnbeck Pier is vaguely there, but it's flat. There's nothing there. It's not like a full-on sort of 3D style where you can actually see that long boardwalk. And also the Grand Pier looks absolutely crap, to be honest. And also we've got Brain Down. They haven't got that fortress there either at the end of it. So you've got that Brain Down, you've got that sort of fortress where they had it for like World War style thing going on, but they haven't got it on this game, and they've got so much they haven't added on here. It's bloody ridiculous. Come on, how long's this taking? Jesus. Come on. Feels like it's taking a lifetime, this, to load up. Is Brentno in the game? No idea, actually. What is it? What is Brentno? Brentno. Come on, how long is this gonna take? It's not even moving now. God. Ah, starting to move now. Here we go. Finally. Kicking in. Right, now we can take off. Very, very laggy as hell tonight too. Not normally, it's not normally like this, and this is on the lowest pretty much settings that I've ever done. Jesus. Almost, this feels like it's almost broken, in a sense. Yeah, this is definitely absolutely broken as hell. We've got to turn this round. Try and get over this direction. Oh, do you want to go too high up? Oh, there's a hill, yeah. Oh, Bremen on Sea, okay. That's cool, man. I'm going too far that way. I should go this way. Just to keep along the straight and narrow. Obviously, we're going to need to get some air. So we're going to need to go up. Probably to around about 22,000 feet. Alright. So I need to get back into this way. Let's have a look. Put this up here. And we can have a look on here while we're looking there. Actually, I can bring my wheels up now. Come on, is my wheels not coming up? I don't think my wheels come down this one. No. On these planes by the looks of it. 17,000 feet. Right, guys and girls, I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to have to put it on autopilot because my mum's calling in a minute, so I'll be right back in a minute. Right, I'm back, guys and girls. I've got to turn off the autopilot a sec, 'cause I'm back and I'm in full control. 7,400 feet. So we can go a bit higher. And keep it around about 250 if we can. Alright. As you can see, what you can see here, that's the water down there, so we're going to cross the water. Slightly. So we've got this like little line. I presume this is the border of some sort. So if we can keep him within the green, we should be good. Little islands I can see over there. Yeah, we're going to Paris at the moment. Yeah, I'll do that in a minute. And I'll go too low. 5,000 feet, I think. Nice little bit of water going across the ocean. So I'm gonna use I'm gonna start just using autopilot for when I need it. Say if I need to piss, guys and girls, or do some food for long journeys. At the moment we are actually controlling the plane. He's trying this a little bit. And actually, if you guys and girls see here, we have AI control for control aircraft, which means it's autopilot. That's actually turned off. So I'm actually controlling it now myself. We're at 2,400 feet, decreasing. 37% fuel left. Don't want to get too close to the water. Try and keep up a little bit so we're in within the green for the knots. We'll do about 40% power. That way it should just keep it within reason. 1,200 feet. And actually, I can fly these planes anyway without needing the autopilot, which I'm not actually using now on. But I like using autopilot as well because sometimes it can actually straighten out your plane for you. So you can use them for basically different reasons. Alright, let's get halfway there a minute. Try and use 69%. There's some nice little islands over there. I'll put down to around 140% if we can. There we go. So we can try and straighten that out. Now we're going back up slightly to 5,000 feet. Just try and keep it trimmed as well. Go on straight and narrow. Looks in pretty good, decent shape to be honest. We're slightly going up. Mersley triple. So how far are we actually in Paris now then? Or France, I mean. So we could be in France already. Okay, so try and keep that nice and straight. Have a look on the map, see how far we're out to our destination. Is there a bit of distance? Oh, a long way to go yet then. Long way. Just try and increase. No way, no way, no way. Oh, gone too fast. That's the thing. That's what you've got to be careful about when you're going too fast. And actually, because it's a long distance between the two, actually, what I might do is I might see if there is a closer one, because that's going to be a long flipping journey, I think. Actually, I could do like Western to Scotland. If you need guidance, control the aircraft switch assistance or assist to enable on-screen notification at, at regular intervals during a flight. Regular intervals. It's going to take like about 20 minutes now just for the loading screen. I'll tell you what this is. I'm telling you, this is actually broken, to be honest. I mean, it's been alright so far, but when you've got the screen just freezing up or just staying on the screen, I mean, they shouldn't really have let this game out until it was all fixed, until they knew what was going on with the whole game. Is it Asobo or something like Asobo? Osbo? Um, the ones who actually made this game in the first place. They should have actually fixed it. They should have actually went through all the bugs, all the stuff that was going on before they released this game entirely. Because I think what they've done is released it all broken pretty much. With the menus, it looks absolutely slow as anything. I mean, it's just ridiculous. You need to take a breathe during the aircraft. Right, so what I need to do? Let's go into the menu. See if I can assistance. What's this assistance? Um, actually piloting. I'll put it on medium. Fuck it. Let's put on main menu. At this rate, you'll be waiting 6 days. I've got this on an external solid state drive. It's a Samsung portable SST T5, and I've got it plugged in to one of the USB 3.0s on the USBs, and absolutely pathetic, really, to be honest. Right, so what we're gonna do? Let's go and get a Cessna. Right, Cessna. Get one with 640 nautical miles. I like those ones. I know they're pretty cool. What we need to do, we'll go to France. Actually, is France already? Charles de Gaulle. So what's the nearest? Libre. Actually, what do we go to Australia? I think we'll go to Australia. about it. Um, Vancouver. Have a look. Uh, yeah, quite a few of these actually. Let's see if we've got Brisbane or Brisbane. Nope. Let's have a look. What's that? Bankstown, Sydney. Sydney. Is that Sydney? Sydney Opera House is. Charlottetown. Summerside. Mount Pleasant. Greater Greenwood. St John. Roberts Airport. Halifax. Let's have a look. Australia. Okay. SYD. Canberra. Oh, Sydney Opera House. So what would it go search? As set there. Sydney. Sydney. Arrival. Hmm. Should be an interesting flight from Sydney Airport to Sydney Opera House. So we're going to use the Cessna so we can fly to Sydney. All that. By the looks of it, I might have to change the settings. Why is it night time in Australia? That's what I'm thinking. It's supposed to be morning already. It's 10 here. Clock in the UK time. And why is it not? My daytime. Weather. What about live? There we go. Live. No wonder I thought it was morning. Right now, I need to try. Where's my track? I think as well with the GPS and stuff on the signals, when you point in a certain direction, sometimes it don't work. So we're gonna try and get to Sydney. And pick up some speed as well while we're here. I've got to go over this way with that purple line is then. I'm going to bring this up slightly. Why does it keep pointing that way? I'm not even going that direction. I'm going to follow this line here. I think I've got to follow the purple line here. And that's my actual guideline. Sydney. It's pointing in that direction. I'm not even in that direction. Was it somewhere down here, maybe? Oh, I'd love to go to Sydney or travel to Australia. That'd be a nice place. Oh god, loads and loads of trees there. So I'm actually flying this myself today. Gone from Sydney Airport. I'll try and get to the Opera House or near enough it. I presume it's this way because of the purple line, but then again, no idea. Have a look on the map. Got this purple line. Nice little travel around the bay. For some reason it keeps pointing in that direction though for the thing, but it's to do with the fly down a little bit further. I want to see those splashing of the water, see if it actually is splashing or if it's just the effects on it. Quite nice though. Let's go across here. Okay, make sure we stick around about 120 plus. See if it can actually land on water. I don't think it is this way though, to be honest, but what we're going to do is just check to see if this plane can actually float on water. Because it looks like there's a sort of a water thing on it. We can just drop into the water. Guess you can't land on water with that one. Right, let's reload them now. I think it's going back. We've got to go back and turn around. Okay, so I have to put this on real time again. It's dark already, isn't it? I might have to. Alright, hang on. So, oh, hang on. 10:40 now. Alright, hang on. Kingsford Smith. Go for the Opera House. That's what. Like an arrow pointing behind. I might have to. Come on. We'll pick up some speed. And there we go, and now we got lift off. Let's pick up some speed. I think we've got to go this way, I think, to the Sydney Opera House. Sydney Opera House, yeah, I thought so. I thought it would be this way. The arrows, so just got to follow the purple arrow, really. In the direction, so that's turning right round. Circle it, we're going to the Sydney Opera House. Yep, we're going to Sydney, look, Opera House, look, just over here, look. Gonna be interesting. I'll go back lower a little bit so we can get a nice bit of a detail of the Opera House. There you go, look, got the Opera House coming up. Oh, it's gonna be interesting, this. Get a bit lower. A few 100 feet below. Yeah, I'll give out in a minute. Oh. And on. Oh, they crash out in a minute, I think. By the looks of it. Oh, is that a football pitch down the bottom there? So this apparently is the Sydney Opera House here. In this direction. Main sort of attraction. Actually, I wonder if that purple arrow turns around when I pass it. Let's see if it passes. If so, that means that arrow then is your actual tracker. No, I guess not. So within, I suppose it means within that line is where you're heading to get to the location you're supposed to get to. Let's have a look. So that's not too bad considering. Oh, there's no crash in it. So yeah, Sydney Opera House, nice beautiful water. I'm wondering actually if I can set my plane up to go under the bridge. Come on. Come on. And on and oh no, I couldn't get it. Back in 2 seconds, guys, and see how close this gets. Because I just clicked it, so hopefully when you click it, it stays into position and gives you that line that you need. Right. 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 Okay. Now what we're gonna do? Put my live chat thing in. That's. Hopefully it's got a flipping line on it this time. Come on. Let it show on the map at least. Is there gonna be a line where I have to follow? Maybe not. North. I'll just follow the north area. Alright, Pecky Peck, how's it doing, man? Doing a bit of a manual flight today, not like sort of autopiloting. I'm just trying to see if my coordinates actually work. I put them in because I think there's a lot of buggy at the moment. It's really buggy as hell. Even though I've got it on like the lowest settings possible. Absolutely crazy today. It feels like they've kind of broke the whole game. Spice Girls, yeah. Don't stop moving. Feel the music DJ's got us hanging around. That's cool, man. Back to you. Yeah, this is very laggy tonight. About halfway, I think. Oh yeah, I love that song, man. Pretty good song as well. trying to get over this way as well. That's some little teeny tiny wheels, that is. So yeah, I think we're heading in the right direction. Where we're going. Actually, let's get down a bit lower, I think. Gonna get to sort of ground level. Something absolutely ridiculous. Young people are now offended over using full stop commas. Full stop because it sounds aggressive. A full stop is very aggressive. That is just like absolutely bad. Huh? Yeah, full stop is like you're finishing a sentence. Sounds aggressive. Actually, having a sort of what they call them exclamation mark. That's more like aggressive. Or actually, or doing every single word in capital letters. That is more aggressive because you're shouting. You're using like that verbal like loudness. So it just really it annoys me. All these like they call them now snowflakes and stuff. Apparently, all these young kids and all that. No. But I'm on about that. I'm on about. In general terms, I mean in general terms, like all these young kids nowadays, and all that, it's ridiculous. And there's like words they say, oh, you shouldn't be using these and you shouldn't be using that, but it's actually the far left are using all of them, all these words nowadays and stuff like it's becoming ridiculous, man. Da, 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 da. No, it just means people with upper class. No. No. Back in a minute. Right, I'm back, guys and girls. Just got refreshed. Right. I don't know what the hell's going on tonight. I think it might be to do with the connections or whatever it is. Got some little houses and blocks here. Oh, ooh. Don't know. Nope. So, yeah, so definitely for disclaimers and stuff, because where we're going at the moment is like the malls and all that kind of stuff. And it's sort of like the Manchester area. It's not the main malls and all that, but it's going over the hills. Mm. Mm. Some houses down there. Oh. So yeah, we're literally actually at the main sort of the malls and all that. Actually, hang on. Huh? Hang on. Let's have a look. Yeah, so this is gonna be Saddleworth Malls, and for anyone who's sort of affected by this and all that, you should be watching it in the first place. But I do a disclaimer about it. But this is when you've got. Hold on. A second. Right. So this is when you had like sort of O'Brady and Myra sort of do really absolutely disgusting things upon this hill in here. At where we're going. But like I do say, it is the Saddleworth Malls. Goes on for kilometres. And I do say it also can trigger people and stuff. But I do put a disclaimer on there. And this goes on for miles, and basically this like, I don't think he wanted her as a girlfriend anyway, let's just say that. He didn't want her as a girlfriend, but kind of felt affectionate with her around and all that. And they started doing all these like sort of murders and stuff and burying bodies up here and all that. It's like of children and stuff. Absolutely disgusting. Most evil, sadistic person on the planet. Well, both of them are technically, but she got lured into this. But obviously she had her eyes wide open. So it's just one of those things, really. Like, people have their eyes open, and shit happens. Yeah, got easily led into it. Like my mum was just saying, sometimes you get manipulated, and or some people can get manipulated into doing things. or stuff like this goes on. And he didn't really want her. But she was wondering why he didn't want her. And all that. And because she had all these other blokes surrounding her in the first place. But the thing is, as well, it's kind of weird because she loved children as well. She loved children. And she actually protected this kid who was being bullied at school at the time. So, and you would have thought, my God, like, she wouldn't have done anything like this in a million years. And also, she was very, like, she was doing her education at the time as well, and it's sort of led on from there and all that. But what really annoys me as well, like, you hear all these stories and stuff and all that, people being led astray and all that. But I think there's more to this story than meets the eye and stuff. I mean, come on, look at this vast open space right there. This is the area here that of where it all began. All these murders and stuff happening. But it kind of makes you think as well, what kind of made her do it in the first place? Obviously, her little friend who was being bullied at school, she used to sort of go, well, he used to go off school quite often, or quite a lot. And, because of him, because the kid being bullied at school and all that a lot. She kept going to him at the school and sort of like telling the bullies to stop beating him up or bullying him. Yeah, but no, he wanted to do it. He wanted to do the murders to see if he could get away with it. That was the whole sort of thing. It was more of a psychotic sort of challenge to him, whether he could get away with it and get away from the police and stuff and all that. And it got out of control. Obviously, he should have done it in the fucking first place and shit. It's like sick evil son of a bitch, to be honest. And now he's probably in hell now, paying for it for an eternity, and that's the way it should be. Anyone that does shit like this, or goes around murdering anybody or killing anyone, they should be in hell. Hopefully there is a hell out there somewhere. Some people say we're already in hell on this planet. It's how you make of it, really, but you kind of would like to think you wouldn't want anybody like that in heaven at all, if there is such a thing as heaven. But it's one of those things, isn't it, at the end of the day? But with Myra, though, she basically, she had a happy life. Her parents used to, but then her father used to beat her up and all that, and beat her sister up. So I suppose in a way she kind of felt her being bullied up and all that by her parents, and then apparently her mum and dad her mum actually also did shit to her as well. And I suppose she felt probably it was normal. But when the school kid basically got beaten up at school, she come to his aid and all that to try and stop the bullies from beating him up. And basically, they went on outings and days out and trips and all that kind of stuff with each other, and they were like the best of friends, Myra and this little school kid. And it kind of makes you wonder how it got out of control in the first place. But there was this one time where this kid wanted to meet her to this like park, like with a little lake, and it kind of sort of she says she couldn't go there because she was meeting her friends, so she couldn't see this kid and couldn't meet him and stuff and all that, because she befriended him and all that kind of stuff. But it got to that point when she befriended him, she had her own mates to do it as well, to go out with. So while she was going out with her friends, this kid went to the park by himself, to this like little lake, and there was ambulances in the area, and they actually basically found a kid's body by the lake. And she ended up regretting not seeing this kid at the actual lakeside in the first place and all that. Otherwise, it may have been different. And I think that's probably where it spiraled down and all that. All the missing people are dead. Well, on the HM370, I don't know. You're on about the plane one. I think, to be honest, how come they haven't found that plane? That's what I'm thinking. How come they haven't found that plane? But with Myra, though, I think if it had been turned out differently for Myra, I think she had everything as well. She always wanted a husband to look after her. She had a good bloke to look after her. She was being treated nicely and stuff, and then suddenly she ends up meeting O'Brady, who didn't really take much interest in her in the first place, but she found that kind of nice that they wouldn't he wasn't treating her the same like these other blokes were in the first place. And I think it's like, I mean, in general, well, I think, to be honest, there's got to be something out there, the reason why these people were disappearing in the first place. There is actually a bloke, they're still trying to find in Western. I think he's still missing, actually. I think he's still on the missing list. And it makes you wonder where he's actually been, or if they've actually found him or not. But he used to be a bit of a preacher on the street, and he's disappeared. He's actually disappeared entirely now in Western. But they reckon he had sort of like mental health problems and all that. So I don't know. I'd like to actually start doing an investigation into that. Start doing some digging, some work out, and so, because the last known place, I think, was it Bath or something, they said. So we could start there. And he's been gone since what, 2005, 6 or something. So that's good. A good 15 years, 16 years. Actually, it might be more, less than that. And the thing is, if I could start doing some digging and some work and all that to find out these missing people, that'd be quite interesting. Love a bastard. I've noticed they never want a good man. Yeah, but that's the thing as well. I mean, obviously she probably felt he was a bit of a bad boy, and a lot of women like bad boys. But then she didn't realise he was going to go around murder a child and all that, or a little kid. And I suppose in a way, because he was leading her into it, he led her into it with her eyes wide open in the first place, and I don't know, just things just start piecing together like a puzzle, and then starts manipulating her and sort of brainwashing her, and then suddenly this is where they get to now. So by the looks of it, I think this is the area here, because you've got the hills there. That you're down in the... Yeah, bad boys always let you down in the end. You're damn right. You see, I'm as good as anybody, myself and all that. I think I do my best at the end of the day. Until you get trolls. And then you get trolled on here and get called fat and all that. And saying, aren't you put some weight on since your last... And I said, thank you very much. But... I mean, I had this one person said, "Oh, I could tell you how to lose weight and stuff." I already know how to lose weight. I actually went on a fucking 5-year diet because of losing weight, and I know how to lose weight. I'm just not really sort of in that state of mind at the moment, just to lose any more weight at the moment. And if I go back up, I go back up. I don't care. I'm not really worried. I'm happy in my body at the moment, and that's how people should be feeling about it. They shouldn't be feeling like sort of bullied into doing something they don't want to do and all that at the end of the day. There we go, there's, I think that's, is that the moors? That kind of looks like the moors to me, look man. See all that open up land there, look? That kind of looks like Saddleworth Moors, because it's actually vast. It's a massive place. And to be honest, if you think about it, Saddleworth Moors and all that, you're not going to find anybody out in there, are you? I mean, look how big it is. We've all put weight on in 2020. Yeah, that's the thing. We've all put weight on in 2020. And it's all because of this stupid lockdown, which shouldn't have happened in the first place. But there's actually people who are denying that it even existed, this like virus, and I'm thinking, stupid idiots. What about the people who've died this year? Are you saying what, they've actually faked their own deaths or some shit? I mean, it's ridiculous. It is real. At the end of the day, I think it is real, but I think there's a lot of the TV people are not telling us and all that. Anyway, back in just 2 seconds, guys and girls. Right, I'm back. So we're just flying over Saddleworth Moors. It's a well-known place, vastly open area. Roblox Blue Angels, welcome back. Alright. It's a creepy, to be honest, it's a creepy area. Because this area here to do with moors and all of that is... It's one of those locations that people don't want to go there because of things have happened here. But nonetheless, it is a part of history, and history should be taught, to be honest, of what happened up in these like areas, these moors area. And obviously, it would. I mean, what they should do is get a massive sort of scanner that can actually scan underground to actually find people up here, because there's got to be other people who have got killed up here as well, or died or something. And just come on. If you think about it, the amount of people that have gone missing and are probably around these areas, and they find bones of maybe animals or decayed animals. It's kind of interesting to find something of like a device where they could actually scan the entire underground of the area. Got some crucial smoky barbecue sauce and some crucial yogurts and mint sauce. Not sure if you've tried those. No, not too sure. I don't think I have. But can you imagine if they actually had a big scanner for the underground, where they can scan for bones, like have like a radar underground, ground radar, where you could just scan underneath and find people's bones or skeletons, not just people in general, like animals, maybe dinosaur bones, which could actually theoretically could help a lot. But I think scientists need to come up with a way to scan the entire area. Right. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can drop down here a minute. Actually, there's a nice flat surface over here. Let's try and get over here, so. Well, I'm gonna have to finish, guys and girls, in a minute. Finish this episode off. I might be back later on, might be not. No. No. I think I'm gonna have to finish this off for the day. But, hang on. Jesus. Yeah. I bet that's gonna crash right into the trees. Oh, there we go. But anyway, Pecky Peck, I'll talk to you later, man. You stay safe and all that. And I shall see how long I've done of this entire thing, because I'm past 25 hours already, so I'm almost past the halfway mark of 50 hours. Regardless if I've been using automatic autopilot or not, or manual piloting. So if I'm using manual piloting as well, Flight time without stall 241. Distance succeeded. Let's have a look. Wildlife groups observed using smart camera. Cities observed. Cities observed using smart camera. Points of interest. Longitude, flight time by night. Number of succeeded takeoffs. Succeeded 0. Number of succeeded takeoffs. Number of landings 1.0. Distance flown flying upside down 0. But anyway, you all stay safe, guys and girls, and I'll see you on the next live stream. I might do it in a bit or might not do it, I don't know yet.